It's recording. Hello, you peeps. I hope you are all doing well. Yeah. And are in good health and happy. Yeah. Very important. Stay happy. Okay? Stay happy. So, anyway, here I am again. I already did my heart to heart talk number 12. Live in the present. It was kind of short because that's all I could think of. I tried to dig in. I did ask my heart to tell me what else, what else to talk about, but my heart didn't give me anything except just that. Live in the present. So it was kind of short. But anyway, someone in here thinks I'm conceited, you know. Yeah. Um, I don't think so. I don't think that. My universe, my dear universe, give me this body, give me this brain, heart, everything. And I love myself and I truly admire myself. Like I'm not bragging or anything like that. Yeah, sometimes I brag, but maybe a little bit, because I'm very proud of what I have accomplished and will be accomplishing. Yeah, there are things that are going on in my life that I'm very, very proud of. And, you know, I should be, I should be. But guess what? Anyone who thinks that, like that I'm bragging or that I'm boastful, you're only putting negative emphasis to that bragging thing that you're talking about. It's probably how you think of yourself. Like once you accomplish something, you think very highly of yourself. Like, you think you're very superior. You're superior. And that you put yourself on the pedestal with this toxic mindset. Like you're above others. I'm not that. Like I mentioned, everyone is equal. We're all connected. And we help each other in a way. We help each other in a way. And that's why I keep telling people, I keep telling you not to project your negativity towards others, because you're not only hurting other people, especially if you're very vocal, you're also hurting yourself. You're the one who is hurting the most because you're projecting your own thing that's going on inside of you towards others. That's how it works. So anyway, I'm here. So you know me, I'm just trying to help you to open up your mind. Don't be this narrow-minded person. Yeah. Because I'm kind of like trying to broaden your horizon, you might say. So yeah, I really do love myself. This is what God, my universe, give me. This beautiful life I have. This beautiful self I have. So yeah, and I really take good care of it. Yeah, that's how I treasure it. Because that's who I am. And I know there are other people who are still working on themselves, and they still have this it's like eating something like junk food. When you're eating junk food, you feel sluggish in a way. You feel shitty because you're feeding your body low quality food. You know what I mean? And so it's like that. And you keep feeding negativity towards yourself, this toxicity, this negative mindset. You're feeding fear. You're feeding fear not only to the now, you're also feeding fear to your future self. You know what I mean? You become what you consume. And you keep looking at this mirror, just like that. You keep telling yourself, you're not good looking. You're ugly. Look at those eyes. Look at those scarring you have. Look at that big nose. No, you can't keep doing that to yourself, because you become who you think you are. If you keep telling yourself that, that's what other people view you, because that's how you think of yourself. But if you think you're beautiful, look at Jessa. She's a great example for that. Like you might think, she's not good looking. Oh, I find her beautiful. I don't know. I find her beautiful. She's fun, she's genuine. And you can tell she's lovable. That's why people love her. People support her. You can see lots of people, like give her lots of good comments, but there are those who are still working on themselves. So they tell, she's this, she's that. I feel bad for those people. Toxic. You know what I mean? Like, Jessa is like, she is this fun character. It makes her even more attractive. She smiles so easily, she laughs so easily. And yeah, I find her very attractive because of who she truly is. She doesn't put this mask on. She's very authentic, so actually beauty is subjective. And some people say it's just an illusion. Yeah. And to me, there are some people that you might find not beautiful to you, but to me, it's like beautiful to my eyes, Yeah. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, Yeah. Like some people, they might find me ugly. I don't know, but I don't think that of myself. Like I think I'm like really pretty. And I think that I'm like, very capable, very, like I think of that because I don't know, like that's what I think of myself. And I'm sure some people who are still struggling, who are very negative and who are very toxic, especially if I talk about, love yourself, and they hate themselves. And so they're going to think I'm ugly, That's how it works. Yeah. Yeah. It's like that, And let's be honest, like I don't like people who think very negatively about themselves, because that's how you view other people. If you're very negative, and that means you're a toxic person, in my opinion, because you're like, like I consider that toxic. You're toxic. Yeah. Yeah. So be very careful, because when you're looking in the mirror and you keep repeating yourself, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that, and all of them are like negative, reprogram that subconscious, reprogram that mindset, because it's what making you ugly. I'm not kidding. I know I see people, they say very negatively about themselves, and I think, you're not ugly. Yeah. And especially people who have this beautiful heart. I could feel them. And then they very, very negative towards themselves. And so that tells me that you're very negative towards others too. So yeah, don't do that to yourself, please. Because It's what you will become. If you keep telling yourself you're ugly, you become ugly. Not to your eyes, but to others. Because that's how you view yourself. People will absorb this negativity, and then that's how they look at you. They will look at you like you're an ugly person too. So let's be mindful, okay? Let's be mindful. Like, I know, like, some people might find this offensive, but I'm just trying to help you because it makes you look like you're toxic. You're insecure and you're, broadcasting it to the world. It's not good. Don't do that to yourself, okay? Don't do it to yourself. Oh, my hair. I love my hair. I really do. And I'm like so thankful I have this hair. I don't straighten my hair because it can ruin your hair. Like I said, I use baking soda. Very helpful. Yeah, that's what I use as my shampoo. I use baking soda. Yeah. And then I use hair conditioner afterwards. And then I kind of like rub a little bit of, oil. Kind of massage it onto the scalp. And it makes your hair, I don't know, healthy. Makes your hair very manageable. Yeah. Just gonna drink some coffee here. It's not coffee, it's London fog. It's tea. We went to Cat's Moon today. I had my coffee there. I gotta put something on my hair, Yeah, still haven't had the time to put this over here. Yeah. So, anyway, I used to have this account called Dahil Sayo. That account is dead and gone. Dead and gone. Now, the now is Dahil sa akin. In other words, hello me. And I cannot wait for what tomorrow brings. I know it's going to be the most beautiful, beautiful thing anyone could experience, in this world. Like, it's like out of this world. And I know it's going to be euphoria, nirvana, ecstasy, all those great things, And guess what? No one will ever block it. No one could block it because it's written in the stars. You know what I mean? It is written in the stars. So yeah. Tomorrow it's going to be over 100 degrees, and everyone is already preparing for it. Thankfully, we have air conditioner. Fritz is thinking about installing a centralized type air conditioner. Yeah, Fritz said he's going to do that. But yeah, it's going to cost a lot of money, but it's going to be really good, and it can help the value of our house too. Yeah. So that's the thing. It's hot. So sorry, I have to do this because it's hot and I don't know what happened to my clip. I don't know where it went, but yeah. So anyway, here's the thing. Like, my dreams lately has been like, my dreams have been like really weird. Really weird. And then guess what? Like, people who are envious of me and who are like projecting things that are unpleasant or wishing ill will towards me, I see them in my dreams and they ignore me, as if I don't exist. And I see these people, like few of them are like my relatives and they're very close to my heart. And I didn't know they have these feelings towards me. I mean, of all people, why me? I bring nothing but love. I mean, these toxicity and this jealousy and this negativity. Fuck that shit. Throw that shit out, because it's what bringing you bad luck. It's not good. You know what I mean? Don't do it. Get rid of that. Yeah, I've been doing this to help my relatives mainly, and I know there are other people who watch my videos. They're like followers. Some of them are like, I've known them since childhood. They come and visit and watch my videos. I know that. But I know that there are only a few who can go through the whole video because they get triggered, because they find my video offensive. My videos offensive. They're very triggering. And my videos are not meant to be watched by many people. No, just selected ones. Selected ones who are willing to transform, people who are willing to become the best version of themselves. So, yeah. Like my lead instructor, and her ally, and they were all smiles in front of me, and little did I know something was boiling inside of them. And they could not control me. I guess they found me to be rebellious, I think, because I don't find comfort in conformity. I mean, I never follow the status quo. And I have my own principle that I follow. And if I find something that is not aligned to what I believe in, I'm not going to do what you ask me to do. So that's the person I am. And some people, they don't like that. They don't like that. And so I was being targeted. So yeah, I was being targeted. And so they could not control me. Yeah, they must have control issues because, people who have been neglected when they were little, they end up having this attitude or behavior to control others. They end up having this, they become this shitty person because they want to control over someone, So, yeah, and they could not control me. So, yeah. So I think I don't know. I'm like so grateful that these things happen to me because I'm able to share it with you. Yeah. Because of these experiences I had, I'm able to share it with you, and it will prepare you to do better than me. You know, how you counteract these negativities. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm so glad I experienced all these things. And I have some other experiences too that I cannot wait to share. It seems like I always end up winning no matter what it is. Yeah. Yeah. But that will be for the next. There are so many things that happened that I came out triumphant, you know? Yeah. Because, I don't know. Like I said, I'm favored by the universe. I feel like the universe takes care of me. And that's why I'm like doing this, you know? Doing this to help you, become the new you, and to become a better you. Yeah. Yeah. So, ooh, I remember something, chemistry class. I have this instructor, Dr. Latham. I'm not afraid to say his name because this truly happens. And I'm like, I can testify. You know what I mean? Yeah. And guess what? You're in chemistry lab. Oh, this only happened once. But took picture of us. He was using this high-powered camera. And that's creepy. That is really creepy, you know? If you're teachers, you don't take pictures of your students, okay? Because I find that creepy. So yeah, that's what he did. And it, like, he had us, stood at the doorway. Well, the door was closed, of course, whenever we do our chemistry lab. And so he had us, stood in front of him and then took his pictures. I don't know what he did with our photos. Yeah, that was so weird. And so I did talk to one of the professors. I mentioned it to her. And she said, "Can you do it in writing?" I said, "Sure." And I did it. I did it in writing. And so if they have to call me, I can testify. So yeah, that was so weird. Yeah, if somebody sees this, like, from classmates or whoever, yeah, it happened, which was so weird. And then I had A's from his class, except for one, because I complained. And then he gave me a B, chemistry. It's not easy, but my God. That was a fun, I like chemistry. If you really dig in, you can really get it. Like naming chemicals. Oh, so fun. Yeah, doing all those things, not easy. But I was able to get through. I got A's. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so that's a thing. So yeah, if I find something that's unusual, yeah, it has to be reported. You know what I mean? Because who knows what that leads to, And if you're a student, you're told to do something that is against your will, don't do it. Your heart will tell you, okay? Just don't. Do what your heart tells you. Do what your gut tells you, okay? Because you know better. You know better. And especially if it's not class related, You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. So, anyway, I think I covered everything. And anything that you hear, like, when I tell you that song, check that song, you know? Just only take what resonates, because not everything I share is like for you, okay? There are things that are like, for certain people. So yeah, just take what resonates. You can feel it in your heart, in your gut. You can feel it. Oh, this message feels like for me, then yeah. So yeah. So whenever you look at yourself in the mirror, don't tell yourself you're this. Oh, look at those wrinkles. Look at those, Because the more you focus on those wrinkles, the more wrinkles you'll have. Because remember, energy flows where attention goes. Always remember that. It's energy. Wherever you focus on, that's what manifests. Okay? Okay? Remember. So yeah. What else can I talk about? My ear is itchy. Yeah, my hair is getting longer. It is getting longer. Let me show you. Oh, I love that. I love my hair. I love my hair. So yeah, if you're creating something, you are the creator of your reality. Oh, thank God I remember. Because I know, like, say for example, you are a painter, okay? You're painting this beautiful picture. And in this picture, you have put all your emotions, your hard work, everything. And so you create your own reality because you are the creator, not other people. It's you who are the creator. So, create. Keep creating, and then you will get to your destiny that you truly want, that you truly desire. Never give up, because remember, you are the creator of your reality. Okay? Just like, I have something in my brain. No, not that. No. I already mentioned that before. No. Not that one. Ah, you know. So just like that, when you're cooking, same thing. You get to end up having this nice, delicious meal. If you're really doing it, beautifully by having all these steps, step by step, by following your plan. okay? By putting all these ingredients, by, you know, it requires a lot of planning, it requires a lot of thinking. And so, same thing with how you create your own reality, your own world. Okay, if you want to become this great teacher, okay? Now, in order to become a great teacher, what do you need? You know? And you make all these plans and you're putting your heart into it. And when you put your heart into it, making all these plans is no longer hard work for you because you're loving it, you're enjoying it. You know what I mean? It's like singing a song because you love it so much and you're putting love into it. And so what you're creating is magic. Yeah, same thing with teacher. You love teaching, it's your passion, and it shows. The kids are happy, you know, and you're making magic. You're making impossible possible. It's no longer hard work for you. Yeah. So that's the thing. When you're loving what you're creating. Yeah. And it becomes your world. Your beautiful world. Yeah. You know what I mean? It becomes your beautiful world. We went to the coffee shop today. I was, you know, there are guys, they do look at you. And I know, like, when I was younger, when someone looks at me, and then if I find them, like, oh, you know, like, I think, oh, they really like me, and I don't like these guys, I get, like, yeah, have that very conceited feeling. You know what I mean? Now, that's not good. But when you're like out and about and then you see somebody, like you can tell like this person is admiring you, just give them a smile. It's like, you know, makes them happy. You know, don't just think like, oh my God, you know, they're admiring you. So yeah, just give them a smile. You know what I mean? Yeah. And just be friendly, you know. Don't have this big head, you know. You think, oh, you're that pretty. And then, you know, if some guy is interested in you and you find them ugly, and then you just have this snobbish attitude, don't be that shitty person, okay? Do not. Just thank the universe or your God that someone paid attention to you, someone like you, because not everybody gets that, you know? Be thankful. And so yeah, this guy was like keep like looking at me, keep looking at me, and I felt like ah, and so I gave him a smile, and then he quit. So you know, like they give you a look, and then they look, and they keep looking. You know what I mean? That's so funny. And so I just gave him a smile. I said hi. Yeah, because I was talking to my friend, and then yeah. Yeah, so yeah, don't be that type of woman, okay? Because I know, like, I used to be that. Like, when I was younger, Jiminy critic, Jiminy critic, Jiminy crickets. I was, dang, I was shitty. Holy cow, I think I was that very beautiful. You know what I mean? Jiminy crickets. Yeah, I was like that. I was very shitty. Yeah, talking about toxic, I was that, you know? Yeah, I was that. So yeah, I've experienced that. I was sort of like, do you call that narcissistic attitude? Like, think very highly of myself and, you know, gosh, and be thankful someone like you. Yeah, just give them a smile. Be nice to people. Yeah, yeah, just be nice to people. So anyway, Heart, give me some songs, okay? Give me some songs. Because it seems like my brain is done. Yeah. So anyway. So yeah, I like this dress because you don't need to have, to wear a bra. I like that. Because it's like just slightly padded. You know what I mean? Like when you buy clothes, get something like that. Oh, it's so it's you feel so free. You know what I mean? Like freedom. Freedom. That might be the song. Yeah. What's the title of that? I don't know what I'm talking about that. Freedom. There must be something about that because like I can't think of anything. Oh my god. So anyway, I was watching that video that heart to heart talk number 12. Oh my god, I was laughing. I was laughing because I was so oblivious to the whole thing. You watch the video and you'll find out. I'm not gonna tell you because I'm not gonna tell you. Holy cow. You know what I mean? It was holy cow. I thought, oh my god. Oh my god. I kept telling myself that. Because I did watch it. Whenever I make a video, I do watch the video and, I do watch it. And I love listening to myself because I learned something from myself. Yeah, and all the things that I talked about, and I sometimes, like stop and think. I thought, oh my God, yeah, right. And I'm like confirming myself, and I'm like, these came out from my mouth, and then like I watched these videos and I thought, I'm learning. I'm learning. I thought, God damn, this is like really interesting. Yeah. So yeah. I love this thing. I love it. And then it wasn't expensive. It wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't expensive. You know me, I always look for like cheapo type clothes. Something has to be something like quality. It has to be quality. So that it lasts forever. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. There's so many things to talk about, but, something that would help you economize. Yeah, because I do read books and I do watch videos that are very helpful, especially with finances. There's so many things you can learn from. Like, for example, buying a house here in the US, if you know the trick, you can pay off your house in no time. Oh, yeah. Because, like, same thing with our house. what I did was, because I keep learning things, I keep learning, how to invest, there are like mutual funds, retirement funds, I learned things about, how to invest. And also about like how to own your house in just a few years. If you're really good, yeah, you can pay off your house within a few years, like our house, if you just double your payments with your principal, man, you own your house in no time. Yeah, double the principal payment. If yeah, well, yeah. So it's too complex. I'm not gonna talk about it because it makes you go crazy. But yeah, there's so many great things that you can do in order to pay off your house so quick. You can own your house in no time. I'm not kidding. If you know how to save money. Yeah. And if you're like a smart shopper, yeah, don't just buy things that are like branded. No. If they're of high quality, that's what you purchase. Don't buy something that's like because it's popular, then you purchase those things. No. I'm not like that. I only buy things that are cheap but of, superior quality. That's how I do it. Yeah, and many of my clothes, they last forever. Yeah, because I make sure that the fabric they're using are like really good. So yeah, and they're not that expensive. If you're like a really smart shopper, you can save a lot of money. Same thing with food. Many people, they like, they spend money on junk food. Yeah. Why? Yeah. I would rather spend money on organic food, even though I pay a lot of money, but that's a very good investment. Because that means when you get older, you don't end up getting sick. You know what I mean? Because you're taking good care of yourself. If you're like very, like, you don't think about your future, then you don't think about your health, later on, it will come knocking on your door. Yeah. You know? So just be mindful. Just be mindful. What happened? I thought, what's going on here? I'm so like hot. Yeah. I'm so hot. Yeah. So that's the thing. So I think the song is Freedom. I heard of that song. I don't even know what's in there. Freedom, freedom. I think that's the only lyrics the wordings that's in there. Just freedom, freedom. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to work tomorrow. Yeah. Heart, is there something, anything that you want me to talk about? Yeah, I think that's it. Freedom, freedom, freedom. What's in freedom? Of course, I know what's in freedom, but I'm talking about like the lyrics. Yeah. I guess that's it. Because I tried, you know, there's nothing that's coming out. Because sometimes, I'd be like talking and then things are popping up. So, yeah, I was able to see Robbie today and her 2 daughters. Yeah. They brought us something. Zucchini bread. Remember I was thinking about making zucchini bread? Oh, I'm going to make zucchini bread after here. Yeah. I want to make zucchini bread. And I think I have to go to the store to get something. Yeah. Friday tomorrow. I'm going to be home early. Because it ends like at 2 o'clock. And then I get everything done by like 2:30. Pretty much. Yeah. And yeah, Monday is a long day for me, and Friday it's not that long. Last patient ends at 2 o'clock. Yeah, and I'm like typically home by 3 something, 4 something. No, about 4, something like that. So yeah, it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day tomorrow. Yeah. Keep thinking positively. Keep loving yourself. Remember, keep loving yourself. Yeah, you can become the light for others if you have love within you. Okay, because we're helping each other. I'm helping you, you're helping me too. Yeah, I'm so glad you watch my videos. Yeah, because it's gonna help you, and it also makes me feel good because you watch my videos, and that means I'm helping you, and it's and it's going to benefit you. I do believe that. So yeah, I think that's it. And I love you. So just check that out. Freedom, freedom. I don't know what's in freedom. I've not seen the lyrics for that song, and I've never sing that song except just that. Freedom, freedom. So I'm gonna check that out. I don't even know who sang that song. So there must be something in that. Okay. Let's turn this off. I love you. Take care because I care.